All right, let's get a check on our forecast with Christopher Nunley. I know the time change I can report, Christopher, is directly impacting my almost one-year-old. Dario turns 1 tomorrow, and the past week, the darkness has been getting to him, and he's already up right now, which normally he is not.
Good morning, Dario.
Good morning,
happy
Dario.
Early birthday.
Yeah, happy early birthday. He's got a stormy weekend ahead.
Yeah, a lot of folks are waking up without power this morning. In fact, there are nearly 300,000 people in Washington without power at this hour. And I want to show you the latest power outage map. Notice west of the Cascades, folks, most of western Washington seeing a lot in the way of power outages. This is where most of those 300,000 power outages are. In fact, the counties highlighted in red, that includes Snohomish County and Jefferson County. We're seeing more than 60% of customers without power right now, including over 150,000 without power as you work your way into Snohomish County. Even down into King County, we're seeing nearly 30,000 people without power. So as you are going out this morning, you just want to factor in a little extra time on the roadway. There could be some down live wires as well as lights that aren't working and the possibility of some trees and branches that are on the roadway. So factor in extra time. And as you're stepping out in the yard, you want to be cautious. There could be some live wires that are down because of those gusty winds that we saw over the past 24 hours. These are the maximum wind gusts that we've seen. And notice where we're seeing a lot of the power outages in Snohomish County. That's where we saw some of those stronger wind gusts, 46 miles per hour in Arlington, a 40-mile-per-hour gust in Everett, a little bit stronger on the west side of town. Look at that, 58 miles per hour, no carbon. And give you an idea to put this into perspective of how strong these winds are. This is tropical storm force winds. Once those winds get over 39 miles per hour, that's where we have those tropical storm force wind gusts. 44 in Seattle, 56 miles per hour was that stronger wind gust that we saw down in Tacoma. Now the winds right now, they're still breezy from the west-southwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. These are those sustained winds, but a lot calmer than what we were dealing with yesterday and really a lot calmer than what we were seeing last night. But despite the calmer winds, we still have a wind advisory in effect for parts of the area until lunchtime today. This does include Whidbey Island as well as Everett. Where you see that brown shaded polygon, that's where we have that wind advisory in effect. Still within the flood watch for most of western Washington. This continues until 5 p.m. today, including Seattle, Everett, Tacoma, Olympia, Bellingham, as well as Bremerton, all included within that flood watch until 5 p.m. A lot of the rivers and streams are starting to drain down that water coming as you work your way off of the Cascades and the Olympics. So some of the waterways could become a little bit tricky this afternoon. So that's why we're still under that flood watch. And there's a winter weather advisory kicks in at 9 a.m. today until 4 p.m. For the Cascades, expecting 3 to 18 inches of snow above 2,000 feet. We have a lot of flood warnings, but there are a few that are within that major as well as that moderate category of flood stage. So these are the ones I've highlighted. The Puyallup River expected to hit major flood stage later. That could impact Ording as well as McMillan, Sumner over the next 24 hours. The Snoqualmie River expected to hit moderate flood stage. That could impact Carnation as well as Duval. Falls City and Snoqualmie could see impacts from that. The Snohomish River as well going to hit moderate flood stage. Snohomish, Monroe Highway will be impacted. And then we have the Skokomish River as you work your way into Mason County. This is going to approach that moderate flood stage, and this will impact the Highway 106 and the Purdy Cutoff Road. So just keep that in mind as you're going out. If you come across a roadway covered by water, you want to make sure that you just turn around and find an alternate route. A lot of areas are dry right now, other than some convergent zone activity in the Cascades, dumping a little bit of snow. That'll continue into the morning hours. Notice that we see that convergent zone trying to fire up near Seattle as well as shoreline extending up into Seattle or extending up into Everett. That will continue into the afternoon hours with some of that area of activity starting to diminish before our next system arrives late tonight. So if you have any plans, we're going to see an uptick in the rain chances that will continue into Sunday morning, a brief downward tick by the afternoon with another uptick in the precipitation as we work our way into the nighttime hours. A lot of snow impacting I-90 as well as Highway 2. Those passes is going to pick up several inches of snow. An additional half an inch of rain looks likely with that next weather maker today. Temperature is going to be a little bit cooler than what we saw yesterday, and those temperatures continue to come down. We're going to be in the upper 30s for highs on Tuesday.